pick these up and move them into here, but I also really need my people to finish this wall. And then I can start fully deconstructing it. I also need to move this door up by like 1. Balsos have enough food binge. Ironically, we actually have food for once, which is kind of nice because, you know, we had at least a couple of winters where we had like the starvation events and shit. Can't do this side yet, but I'll make it up. Once we've got this area bigger... What are you doing, Asora? Where'd you knock off? Hold on, mate. I'm just gonna make a note for myself. Asora knocked something off the table. There we go. Yeah, she's knocked it off in a spot that I can't automatically see from here. She doesn't knock things off like, you know, internet cats tend to. She just stretched out and it must have been too close to the edge. So I don't know what that was. But if I don't write it down now, there's a pretty good chance that I won't remember at like 2 AM. Because it's like almost... It's 11:15. It's a good few hours away. There's a pretty good chance I'm not going to remember. Alright. So, you could definitely still make that front one. You can't do that one. Kimmy's going to be in my way for that direction. Little cat's in the way with that one. Balso's in the way. This is probably the hardest part about having a shit ton of people. And the fact that they'll path along a fucking wall. Because I end up with them not being able to, like, click on things sometimes. Because they're actually in the way. Okay, so we should make that outer wall. Once we have the outer wall, we should be able to scrape off an inner layer wall, which means that we can then move the storage out a little bit. I've worked out that we're not probably going to get more than 1 or 2 extra benches in here, just so you know, but there will be a workspace because, oh my fucking god, no. I'm also not putting down floors and shit everywhere I want floors and shit to be right now. Just kind of prioritizing enclosing some spaces over other things at the moment. When you're done cooking, mate, can I get you to go work on the door? Chase, can you do building? Kind of, you're in a bit of a crummy mood. You're going on the caravan. You're on caravan 2. Can't do construction. Cypress should be able to do construction. He can. Can you work on this ASAP? I don't think I've got wood in the area. That one got built. That one's fine. I also think those air conditioners are on at the moment. So the big problem I've got is like everybody's coming through here, which means I probably got to wait for a night crew to come through. But yeah, I don't want that door deconstructed yet. No. Is that the door? Oh, there's a lighting thing underneath it. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. There's electrical shit around the place. Some of it's hidden, some of it's not. Okay, so who's got animal starvation? Xena? Hold up. Is Xena starving? Where did that go? Xena's starving because she's having a mental thing? But dementia, do we just not hunt enough animals? Hold on. We could hunt more animals. I think what it is... Right. That's gonna make them happy. High psychic drone for the females. I don't know how many females I got here, but I think it's half, if not more than half in this group. What I need to do is I just realized my cats are not able to get to the kitchen, but I don't really want them to be able to get into the good side of the kitchen. What I want them to get to is the meat side of the kitchen. So I want them to be able to come into here to be able to access meat storage later. I don't know how much of that's going to line up. I don't have meat in storage at the moment, so this doesn't matter too much. They should be able to walk into here. I don't know if I'm going to have meat storage in there, but I might have kibble, perhaps. And I don't have any meat in here. I've got pemmican. And I have eggs and kibble there. Okay. I may have to change where they can get to. I think that's only the cats in a cat's temp. If it's only the cats in the cat's temp, I do want them to be able to get access to food. I don't want them to dirty up this area, but I've already got panthers and thrumbos and crook and fucking who knows what coming through here, so we're probably good. Also, I realized that doesn't connect to anything. It's alright. I figured it out. Ban that. I don't really want them coming through the center because it's going to be a cooking zone, but I got to connect it for the moment so they can get here. Yeah. So about that, do I have a hopper? I know I'm sending one. I don't think I packed it yet. We should have one. I may have already used it. Yeah, okay, I already used it. That's fine. We're gonna have tantrums and shit. Let's see, hungry pen animals. There's a duck hungry somewhere. That's here, it's eating. Let's see, what else we got? Medical treatment needed. Crow's always got some kind of plague. It's got gutworms this time, okay. Who else is Schizo? Schizo doesn't get medical treatment. He might actually die. He has lasted like 2 years, I think. At least 1.5 with no medical privileges. If he dies, I'll be well and truly impressed by that. We'll find a replacement. Who else is Stansliv? Why have you got none? You're not in a caravan or anything like that. You got flu major, you just haven't treated yourself. I feel like this is a case that this guy hasn't laid down. Mate, you've got the fucking flu. Go lay your cheeks down. Go rest. Larissa, mate, what are you doing? Cheering up, Gat. When you're done doing that, can you clean the hospital? Peters is doing something. That's fine. Yeah, I think if Stansliv maybe lays the fuck down in the hospital where medicine might be administered, he might maybe live. But yeah, Skiz is probably gonna die unless he develops immunity. Which, if he develops immunity, holy fuck, I don't even know what to say. I don't know if he's like made it past this once before, but I think this is the only way. Oh my fucking god! You've got to be kidding me. Okay, I guess he's just not gonna die. Like, you'd think I'd be upset as like somebody that takes like a fuck ton of colonists. I've been waiting for this guy to die for like a couple of years. At this rate, I'm so close to just reinstating like the tiniest little medical privilege, but I kind of don't want to because I'm now just super keen to see how long this guy fucking is gonna live. Like, he's normally pissing somebody off. That's why he doesn't have medical privileges. My colony, if you do something bad enough or if you do stuff often enough, you get medical privileges revoked. And the idea is it weeds out the shit cunts, right? And so I only end up with like the better colonists that don't really like argue with each other that much, don't have punch-ups too often. And he has been like that, at least that I know of, since our last location, right, which was down here. I'm not entirely sure if you had it from before then, but we've been here for a year. We've been here for over a year easily. And he hasn't had medical privileges for like basically all that time. He didn't have them before he moved here. And he nearly died when he arrived because of various things that happened. And now it looks like he's going to make it to the next location too. Also, what is this stash? Item stash, possible unknown threat. What is that? Do I have that listed? Cache of treasure. Oh, it's Glitterworld medicine. With an unknown threat for Glitterworld medicine. There's a pretty good chance that that's a Danger Noodle location. I could maybe hit that up on the way back from the attack quest. Maybe. It's a pretty good chance it's probably not going to be people. Is Senma in the caravan? Yes. Yes, she is. Okay. And she's psychotically wandering, which means the whole caravan's now delayed. She is a great shot, so I don't super want to take her out, but I also know everybody else is pissed off about it. If she's the only one broken, she'll be down and out for a couple of days. I wonder if I can make him to force leave. Hold on. Let me save that. Last time they left, they didn't take any of the shit. And I was just curious if I could force them to go. Can I click it? No, I can't click it while she's in it. What if I remove you and I grab Chibo? I feel like if I force them to leave, they might not get the animals. Only currently loaded items. Anyone able to travel will be left. Okay, well they're going anyway by the look of it, so I don't need to click it. Also, who was supposed to be destroying this thing here? You guys are probably all in the caravan. Rolf, mate. Oh, the cats are getting the food. Nice. Ambrosia. Let's get that shit. Let's get this crap wiped out. I do want sewing. Toko, mate. Have you got plant skills? You don't. I'll find somebody with plant skills. I don't want this shit in my colony. Because what will happen is my people won't actually cut it until it's fully grown. And then somebody will have a fucking ambrosia binge, get the absolute snot beaten out of them because we don't do drugs in this colony. And then they're either going to end up in hospital or some kind of tolerance or some shit. You're going to lay down. Johnson is one of the few people I kind of don't want to die because he's a good talker kind of thing. You got a tenant plants. Okay, after you have some food, let's get this shit off here. I'm well aware that ambrosia is a really, really good, like, drug to sell with traders and crap. In one of my previous colonies, back before I started streaming, I kind of had, like, I don't know, miscellaneous, like, drug productions and stuff going with the colony. And it made great money, and most of my people could keep the fuck away from it. Like, they'd only, like, have something if they really wanted something kind of thing, you know, or a chemical fascination or something like that. I never really dealt with too many people being, like, you know, addicted to anything, which is pretty good. The only thing is, I did have thrombos high on chem fuel, and I did have cats absolutely sloshed on beer. So yeah, I did kind of, like, lose a few animals that way. But once I kind of, like, got my zoning areas right, they kind of stayed the fuck away from it. You know, back when, like, you could set a zone and the animals wouldn't path through another zone to get to that zone? That was great. I miss that. It's like, oh, that is going to be toasty. What happens now is my animals path through an area and then they find stuff in that area. Be a bit frustrating. Stretch. I will. Hold on. I also don't know if I've got extra TVs in here. I am sending additional TVs. And we haven't made that yet. Malbros is in a daze. You're in the caravan. That ain't happening, mate. Get your cheeks out of here. I will stretch. Oh, my knuckles. Oh, man. Apparently I needed that. My back was just, like, cracked. But yeah, for anybody that's, like, new in, I normally stream, like, RimWorld Tuesdays. It's currently, like, oh, what is it? It's Monday and stuff, but I really, really wanted to play. So, since I'm not streaming for, like, the next 2 weeks, I figured, why not now? Kind of thing. Plants. If what's-his-face Labia is set up for that. Now, I don't know what else I missed with that. Let's spend time with us. I mean, I stream on Mondays, to begin with. So it's not like I wouldn't be streaming. It's just that I'd normally be streaming, like, a random game, generally speaking. I don't know if the cats can kind of get everywhere here. Maybe. I'm after power. There we are. Yeah, no, I definitely still would have been streaming tonight. But, I don't know. I didn't really have any specific plans for what I was going to stream. I don't want that spot. Typically when I used to have random game night, it used to be on Wednesdays. What used to happen is after, like, Monday and Tuesday, I kind of would have an idea of what I wanted to play in the middle of the week to kind of, like, change my week a little bit. And on certain weeks where, like, you know, I needed additional time for something I was doing in a game, it would be really super useful to be able to kind of like slot in like the extra day of that game. But at the moment, because it's Mondays, like I have to kind of like achieve the energy before I start a stream to know what I'm even going to stream and then do the stream kind of thing. So I don't have it like locked in with a like concrete idea of what I'm going to do at the moment with Mondays, but I don't know. I'll either sort out a more permanent Monday stream or I'll change some shit around again. I don't know when I'm going to do that, but I'll do it at some point. Hold on, did that caravan go out for the attack? It did, and they got 17 people versus 11. We should be okay. Actually, I should save that under caravan. Hold on. Yeah, caravan. Alright. Squirrel is also hurt now. What's your beef? Asthma. I still got to get some lungs at some point, and Corpsey also asthma. I did install one lung in him. We're working on it. Yeah, I don't do organ harvesting or anything like that, so it's kind of one of those. I've kind of got to buy it, because like if I harvest any kind of organs for this colony, they just go absolutely ballistic. I don't think I have anything else to trade. I've got like 59 silver. So pemmican wouldn't be too bad, but they have like 50 days worth of food. It says it'll rot soon. They have one of the soothe pulses. Lol, is that a face mask? Lol, it literally looks like a little pandemic mask. That's adorable. I kind of like expect all the masks to be like these in like the base game. I have not seen a face mask yet. Not like that. If I've seen it, I haven't noticed it. Like I haven't seen it clearly. That's hilarious. I didn't know what I was looking at first. I think that was the thing that like caught my eye. Was I'm like, what is this? That is too much. Although I could sell an animal for that shit. That is a lot of pemmican I could buy. The meat, we wouldn't get there fast enough for that. But how do you guys feel about a couple of calves? Actually, hold on. Just take the whole pack. We should maybe have enough. Maybe not. Hold on. I can't miscellaneously get rid of one of the female muffaloes. It's still like 1,000 out. It's about 500 odd then, if that's the case. That's pretty close. Okay. So kind of need this to go down just a tiny bit more. Let's try 500 neat. Okay, well we can afford that. I am losing like all the carbs and shit, but this should be fine. Although it is pre-cooked food. I feel like it's not a good deal. If I could sell them some wood. I could. Nah, it's a walking trader. I was gonna say, I'm like, if they were at a trader's, I would just care package them some shit. But I also just feel like a couple of these adult ones might be better value, but I don't know how close they are to adulthood. This should be fine. Fuck it. I know it's less meat, but they'll reproduce on the way. If they already had like friggin', I don't know, 13 calves, I'm sure they'll have another set by the time they arrive. Probably. So we're going off to attack quest. We have built a dining room. This is what I didn't undo. There we go. Save that this time. I haven't made this room temperatured the way I want it to be yet. But that's okay. Allow that. Have we got a roof? Yes. Once we've got a roof, we'll close that. Speaking of it's nighttime, Esme, before you run too far, you can do construction. All the doors are made, but I have some walls I could really do if you taking down. The hauling silver. Okay. I'll let you go haul the silver because you're kind of already out there. I don't want you to clean that. Fuck it. It's only this little area by the look of it. This shouldn't take her too long. I want to... Specifically, I want the wall taken out of here, I think. But I'm going to have to remove the fucking other stuff too. So... I don't want you to keep cleaning, but I guess deconstructing hidden conduit. How about you deconstruct these? Senma, you are still having a mental wander. I need to find people that can do deconstructing while it's nighttime. You definitely can't. You're the other Lumi. We've got a few people coming in to do stuff. What can you do, Nick? Nick can do construction. Okay, mate, when you're done doing the tile, let's get you over here on this wall. This is a good thing. I have, like, enough colonists to work day and night, but I also know that at nighttime it's kind of quiet enough. I could get them out here doing this. I'll also continue to make the floors as we go. So, oh, can't path to that, that's fine. We will get to these soon enough. Get to that corner one. This will keep Nick pretty busy. He's pretty quick at it, so he should be fine. That Lumi can't do stuff. Seahorse, were you in here before? You weren't. Okay, when you have your food, we'll grab you. I don't want you to clean that, but I guess you're doing that now. We're gonna get some shit clean in here, I'll tell you that much. Unintentionally, so I don't want them to deconstruct certain things or clean things when I want them deconstructing shit, but look, if it works, it works. I'll also need to grab somebody else over at the other storage area to make stuff with these blocks that will now be available and probably taken over there. And then I'll have to see about more kitchen benches. Azula's just jumping down. She just like hooked her claw on my shorts on the way down. She's fine. It's just that like I had to like stop and like pay attention to what she was doing for a hot second there. Medical treatment needed. Crucia, mate. Damn, okay. I could fix your ears. You have the flu. There's a chance you're not going to make that operation. What have we got a choice of? What can we install in you? Because I have a lot of stuff. Okay, you don't need arms. You do need an ear. Get a left ear. While you're out, you can get a right ear. Let's see what else. Do I have other miscellaneous organs? I've got prosthetic stuff. Arms, heart. I actually thought I was going to put the cochlear implants on him, actually. I might do that over the bionics. I'll save the bionics for one of my originals, see if they need it. Cody is insulted. He's fine. Mate, you're fine. You went to hospital, somebody got shitty, slapped around an insult, you'd be right. Just don't break anything too valuable, mate. Alright, leave Cody to his business. I also think they may have just like culled too many animals at once when the caravan came back. I also have a shit ton of wood out here. Transport pod is finished. Slate blocks. Let's go. Alright. Yeah, zoom in. I want this in the storage. You can chuck it in there for the moment. Is this finished yet? It's still packing. It's still packing. Still in progress. I'm looking for ones that might be ready to go. This is loadable. Alright, let's see what we can throw in here. I could send him a shit ton of meat. Although I could also send him a fuck ton of rice. Package 5 meals, all that. That's already going into stuff. Components. They could do with more components to be building stuff. We'll throw in 100 more. I know that's kind of miscellaneous all throughout my colony. I have stuff going places already. But I still gotta send it. I'm not sending over the healer mech serums while they're currently pissed off. That's just stupid. Send you with the steel. Because somebody will just kick it and then it'll be gone. That's the one that's got all the gear in it. The kidneys and shit. One's got steel. Contains steel. Psychic Supulsor. I do have another one that's got that. That's where that went. Okay. Need warm clothes. I don't doubt that. Okay, let's pack you guys some clothing. It shouldn't take him long, but it's probably going to take him forever and a day. Alright, clothing. I'm not expecting to see parkas and shit. Let's send you guys everything that I can fit into one of these, and you guys can pick and choose what you want to wear. Okay? I don't have parkas or anything, but some of the shit's like wool of sorts, different kinds. And it will give them something else to trade with. And if I put it in their actual fucking storage, it won't be a giant spread of stuff out in the middle of the field like we had last time. As long as it actually lands in there. And, you know, isn't off course by any sense. Some devil strand in here too, which would be good for yous. Plus, I'm pretty sure I took the tailoring benches already. Which, speaking of, I need to check if I have more benches picked up. I don't think it's going to be down with clothes. Throw in more silver. It's going to take forever and a day to pack that one, but that's okay. Send a few more guns. Whoop, not that many guns. Alright, that's most of the weight. Send it as is. It's pretty freaking close. Or... you're not having a bi-coated thing. We should be smelting that. I don't really want to send... I could send the bionics, but at the moment they're all ragey over there. And nobody's doing the cremating, so we've got to fix that up. Alright. I'm expecting them to get on this. I think they're already packed in something else. The hospital beds weren't all packed though, but I can't fit more. That one is... That is... I can't fit those. Oh, blocks. Of course, I could always just throw more blocks. Always have room for that. There we go. Alright. Week's having a tantrum because high psychic drone. I'm sure she's going to destroy something reasonably useful. Are we going for temperature here? That's cold because it's refrigerated. Pods have arrived. Cool. Be good if it lands inside where I put it. Yeah. Okay, well that will help. That will help with the fence, although we don't need that right away. That mustn't be accessible yet. All of that's nice and toasty and warm. I gotta get this the right kind of balance of warmth in winter. Alright. And I'm guessing... How is this... Oh, because that's still open. Kangaroo mate, what you buy? You need to do construction. Can you go work on that? And I really need them to deconstruct these. Right, when you're done with that, I know you can do construction. Pretty certain you can. I don't have them set to destruct. That's what the problem is. I knew there was fucking something. I didn't deconstruct these initially because I was worried that like they were going to just leave a hole. Speaking of a hole, I should probably keep the extra doors kind of roughly where they were. I think that was down by like there. Because what I'm thinking is my people are very, very prone to leaving shit in a doorway. And so I'm thinking of just extending these down a little bit. Especially since like I can't put the air conditioner in those spots anyway. I know we deconstructed a bit of these walls. This wasn't the intention to have this where it is. But it will allow at least like a little pathway in here. I think that one might be further down than the others are. That's okay. I'll sort it out. Like these two are 2, that's down to 3. That's 2. Yeah, that's down to 3. That one's correct. I don't like that. Make it down to like... Nope. That is actually correct. Hold on. We have 2 spaces and then a door. Yes, 2 spaces and door. 2 spaces and door. We need to not deconstruct these bits here. We need to put those back. And we need to put basically the wall on either side of those. That'd be fine. Now it looks like Nick's head